Hey everybody, check it out. I got a bee on my arm. Isn't that cool? Look at that. I love it. This bee is actually quite worn out. Its wings are quite worn out. That's what happens to bees after they get a little bit older. Their wings tend to wear out. They only live about 6 weeks during the flying season when it's warm outside. There, now it flew back to its hive. We do honeybee programs where I'll talk about the 3 types of bees in the hive and their roles in the hive. How do we harvest honey after the bees make all that honey? How do we harvest it? I'll talk about that in our program. We cover tons of information. It's a honeybee adventure. Love to bring it to your library. Thank you so much. Hey librarians, I'm excited to bring you for the 2024 season magnificent maple syrup. And I'm standing here by a fabulous, shall we say magnificent, maple tree. This thing is awesome. It's got a great crown. The sun is able to hit those leaves beautifully and cause that process that we call what? Photosynthesis. Creates sugar inside that leaf because of that chemical reaction happening inside that leaf. That sugar gets into the sap or the juices of the tree, and that sap flows into the roots. Then in the winter time, it freezes in the roots and in the trunk of the tree. In late winter and early spring, when the temperatures get above freezing during the day and below freezing at night, that's what makes the sap rise and fall, rise and fall. And that makes a pressure inside that tree. So when we drill a hole in that tree and put a spile into that tree, that releases the pressure. And that allows the sap to flow out that hole and out that spile into our pail. We take that sap, it looks just like water, the sap does when we collect it. Put it into a pan and get it boiling on the fire. Boiling, 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 boil. So we're boiling away a lot of water. And when we do that, it caramelizes some of the sugars and makes that maple syrup have that amber, golden brown, beautiful, beautiful sight. You know what I'm talking about. It makes your mouth water just thinking about it, doesn't it? You want to serve maple syrup and vanilla ice cream to your patrons? Invite us to your library for a maple syrup program. I'll tell all about how the Native Americans produce maple syrup, all the way to the way our modern processes do it. Lots of fun information. I'd love to see you at your library. Thanks for watching. Hey librarians, consider something totally different. Think about a fishing program where we teach the basics of fishing, like the types of hooks and sinkers to use and what types of bobbers to use for panfish like bluegills and perch. I also teach how to catch bass and pike. Teach the types of lures to use. This is a jig, mimics a crayfish. I'll teach the type of rod and reel to purchase, the type of line to get, what diameter or strength of line to use for the types of fishing that people will be doing. It brings in a whole different group of patrons to your library as well, I believe. We do open water fishing programs and ice fishing as well when the lakes get hard in the wintertime with ice. I love fishing in the winter. So it's not a cutesy fun class for little kids, but it's geared toward that older audience of 12 and up. So thanks so much. I enjoy catching fish, keeping fish and eating them, and putting them back in the lake as well. So have a wonderful day. Thank you for your consideration.